Sometimes during the weekend, it can be a little bit of a struggle to find relevant topics to present to you guys. The news cycle, it tends to slow down on Saturday and Sunday. It's one of the reasons I only upload one video a day during the weekend. Now, the main reason, of course, is I just need a break sometimes. This weekend, though, has been different. There is so much news breaking, I can't keep up with all of it. I might try and get 2 videos out today. I might. There's just that much stupidity happening right now. If I have the time, and mainly if I have the energy to get a second video uploaded today, we're going to be talking about Gregg Popovich. He has adopted the NBA's talking points. He did it yesterday in a speech that he gave in Texas. It was 10 minutes of the same bullshit that Steve Kerr managed to say in 3 minutes. For now, though, we're going to travel across the Atlantic. I'm going to tell you what's going on in England. Last summer, we spent a good amount of time talking about Gareth Southgate and the England national soccer team. Southgate is the club manager. He's an avid social justice warrior, a proud proponent of virginity and butt bongo. His #1 goal is not winning the World Cup. The #1 goal of Gareth Southgate is using the UEFA or the FIFA platform to fight mythical racism. Now, to be transparent, there have been some instances at soccer matches in Europe where racism was involved. But Gareth Southgate and the England soccer team, they are fighting the same thing members of woke United Methodists are fighting here in America: mythical systemic racism. England is mainly a Catholic country. They don't have a sister campus of woke United Methodists over there. The virgins in England, they attend daily mass services at Cathedral of the Woke. The services, they are held at a nice, elegant cathedral. The style of worship is similar to the style of worship at woke United Methodists. Members at Cathedral of the Woke, they attend mass every morning, bowing their knees to the planted ficus. Dear ficus, please allow me to water you with my woke holy water. Please be with me as I immerse myself into this evil world full of mythical racism and other woke boner words. After the prayer and erections are achieved, all members participate in the ritual circle jerk. Then woke hugs are given before they wash their hands. The last couple of years, there has been an ongoing rivalry between England and Hungary. The rivalry doesn't take place on the field, or the pitch, as they prefer to call it in soccer. The rivalry is between the England national team and the people, the population of Hungary. You see, Hungarians are tired of being called racist. They are tired of pampered soccer players preaching to them about mythical racism and other woke boner words. Normally, before a soccer game, the players stand on the field waiting for the game to begin. When I say stand, I mean stand on 2 feet. Not the English players, though. No. They prefer to do their best impression of our favorite Easter egg, Megan Rapinoe. Before every game, English players assume the position on their knee and pray to the woke oak tree. Oh, tree, please watch over and protect us from this mythical racism. Confirm you received this message by dropping an acorn on my woke head. The perceived racism in Hungary's gotten so bad, UEFA felt they had to take action. We must send a clear message. Taunting black players is unacceptable. Fans in Hungary are no longer allowed to attend soccer matches, not because they are being protected from the monkeypox, the new woke translation for the COVID, formerly known as the flu. Fans in Hungary, they are not allowed to attend because their behavior is deemed too harsh for English players to handle. Yesterday, UEFA made an exception and allowed children under the age of 14 to attend the match against England. Over 30,000 people were in attendance, which is about half capacity for a soccer match, or the total number of people who attend WNBA games throughout the regular season. The vast majority of the 30,000 in attendance were kids. Before the game, players from England assumed their usual position of preparing to give each other world-class fellatio. Listen to the reaction from the kids of Hungary.
Arena. And take the knee. And Hungary
I guess the propaganda curriculum created at Woke U isn't taught to children in Hungary. Either that or they just don't believe the bullshit. I gotta give credit to parents in Hungary. They are teaching their kids not to be woke shit fucks. They don't want their children living a life of celibacy. They don't want their children growing up to be like Gareth Southgate, the face of virginity in England. Parents in Hungary want their kids growing up to be normal, not victims. Gareth Southgate, he was interviewed after the game and he was just shocked at this display of blasphemy to wokeism. How dare these punk kids mock our religion? How dare these children mock our unconscious savior, Georgie Floyd? Listen to his reaction. There's a key revelation here that Gareth Southgate reveals. Perhaps a Freudian slip, if you will, but it gives insight into the goal of social justice warriors when it comes to your children. Roll the film.
Very surprised, but I think that that's why we do it. You know, we do it to try to educate, and I think why young people can only be influenced by older people.
You heard it yourself. Gareth Southgate admitted it. We are trying to influence your children. These people believe kids are to be raised by the village. These people believe parents don't have the intellectual capability to raise their own kids. That's the reason they are pushing the woke agenda in public schools. They know kids won't be taught the ecstasy of wokeism at home. The majority of parents aren't shit fucks. They're not teaching their kids how to fuck the vacuum cleaner. They're not teaching their kids that it's okay to remove the appendage in your pants so you can add an extra slot for your 9-iron. If the future of social justice isn't taught by parents, it must be taught at school. Now, speaking of removed appendages, do you guys remember Emily Bridges? We talked about him a few months ago. He likes to ride bikes with a banana seat to ensure adequate insertion. KC, why do you keep calling him he? You said her name was Emily. Emily isn't his real name. Emily is his identified name. His real name is Zach Bridges. He was born with 2 balls and a propeller. My name is Emily. My real name's Zach. I want to get rid of my sack. Come and watch me ride this bike. Don't mistake me for a dyke. Emily Bridges, formerly known as Zach, is a professional bicycle racer. Think Lance Armstrong with a wig and a fake bra. I can remember 15 or so years ago how pissed off the mainstream media was when it was discovered that Lance Armstrong was using PEDs. You remember that? Believe it or not, we used to live in a society where cheating was frowned upon. People didn't like cheaters. Although, I will say this. They need to bring back the cheating in Major League Baseball. Baseball was so much more fun to watch when the majority of the league was on the juice. But today, the fucking mainstream media, they celebrate cheaters. Feminists have went from man-hating to celebrating men who look like Rachel Levine. Isn't Rachel Levine beautiful? He reminds me of an elephant's ass combined with the features of Stacey Abrams. When we talked about Emily Bridges a few months ago, British Cycling had banned him from competing against women. Unlike the NCAA, who considers the appendage of the pants of Leah Thomas to be a strap-on, British Cycling determined the appendage in the pants of Emily Bridges was indeed a penis. They called in the personal biologist of Ketanji Brown Jackson. The biologist also confirmed Emily Bridges had a dick. In the world of common sense, people born with a propeller are men. British Cycling still holds this position. However, there was a race held on Thursday in England that wasn't sponsored by British Cycling. It was held by Thundercrit in what they call the lightning category. This race was supposed to feature non-binary competitors, which confuses the shit out of me. This entire time, I thought people who identified as non-binary were genderless or gender void or without gender. They walk around with catheters because they don't possess the necessary bodily tools to take a proper piss. I guess they couldn't find enough people in England born without a gender, so they allowed all genders to compete in this race. We had Emily Bridges representing people born with a penis. We had what the woke call cisgender competitors, otherwise known as normal people. We also had what the woke call a biological woman or a birthing person. To the surprise of no one in attendance, Emily Bridges easily won this race. That's what happens when men compete athletically against women. They win every time. Check out this picture from the trophy ceremony. Oh, isn't that nice? We have the mother who finished third. Birthing person. She finished third. She should have finished first. First place, though, was taken by Emily Bridges. Second place was given to that freak Emily Bridges is kissing. What the fuck's going on here? That child that the mother's holding can't be more than a year old. Do you really think it's appropriate that two men dressed as women are kissing in front of a fucking baby? I saw a video last night on Twitter. The video was shot at a drag show, and there were kids on stage with these drag queens dancing with them. Now, I have nothing against drag shows. Believe it or not, I've actually been to a drag show before. There was a beer festival downtown. One of the bars participating in the event had a drag show going on when we went in the bar to try out the beer. Now, to be honest with you, it was actually pretty funny and entertaining. It's not something that I would go to on purpose or ever do again, but it was entertaining to watch for a few minutes as an adult. A drag show is no place for a fucking kid. When I saw that video on Twitter last night, my first thought was, where are the parents? It looked like this drag show was taking place in a nightclub. How the hell did the children get inside? Now, I haven't been to a nightclub in, probably 10 years, but I'm pretty sure they still check for ID. We are taking the innocence away from children. If you're 21 years old and you want to be a drag queen in a drag show, do your thing. If you're 14 years old, you shouldn't be exposed to it. 15 years ago, these parents would have been arrested for taking their kids to a drag show. Today, these same parents are celebrated for being tolerant and open-minded. Fuck tolerance. You know what tolerance has gotten us? Tolerance has gotten us Leah Thomas, Emily Bridges. Tolerance got us CRT in elementary school. Tolerance got us non-binary teachers showing your 7-year-old how to properly use the crayons. I'm tired of tolerance. We need more intolerance. If that hurts the feelings of the shitfucks on Twitter, so be it. I don't care. More people need hurt feelings anyway. But anyway, we'll see about getting another video out tonight. If not, I'll get to everything else tomorrow. Part of me wants to go ahead and get into Greg Popovich today, but the other part of me, to be honest with you, wants to spend the rest of the day relaxing and watching mindless television. But let me know what you think of the kids in Hungary booing the English social justice warriors and butt bongo expert Gareth Southgate. Also, Emily Bridges, the British version of Leah Thomas. Give me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.